Hello and welcome to the UFO Planet News Report. I'm Darin Crapo. Today we are following these UFO stories. A UFO recorded over the waters of Papeete, Tahiti. Strange shapes appear over Mount Hamilton in California. 2 pairs of lights stun onlookers in New York Mills. The Cop Donut UFO is spotted in Brooklyn, New York, and a nature cam records a UFO in Hahira, Georgia. The UFO Planet News Report begins right now.
An object which is in the same place all the time, but it just seems to be tagging along with it.
Been to Tahiti? Well, it looks like E.T.'s been there. The photo from this story was snapped at Papeete, Tahiti, at the Col du Tahir's observation deck, east of the city, at around 11:56 a.m. on February 18th. While attempting to photograph the bay, an unidentified object was accidentally recorded. The observer describes it as a brown gold object. He also says that there were about 30 other people nearby when the photo was snapped, and no one seemed to notice or comment on the object. This was a shoot now, see the UFO later event. Later that day, the photographer noticed the UFO and was confused because he didn't recall seeing it when he was shooting the photos. It looks like an upside-down cereal bowl, for lack of a better description, and on the bottom right, it looks like there's something attached to the bowl. It's harder to see, but it's there. Bugs are often the culprits in most shoot now, notice the UFO later events, but this object looks nothing like a bug.
UFO Planet.
You know it's going to be a good evening when you go out to document a lunar eclipse and end up documenting something you can't even explain. Well, that's what happened in California. The observer made a trip to Mount Hamilton in Santa Clara County, California, to document the eclipse in photos. Incidentally, the summit of Mount Hamilton is the home to the Lick Observatory, one of the highest elevation observatories on the planet, operated by the University of California. According to the photographer, several people had gathered along the road to watch the eclipse when he decided to test his camera with a few snapshots. While going through the pictures and sharpening some of them, he saw these 2 strange shapes along the skyline. He says he never saw anything with his naked eyes, but obviously his camera did. When we sharpen the photos, it almost looks like there's a rainbow effect that forms around the shapes. We're not really sure why that is. The camera and the lens used to photograph these shapes were both brand new at the time and had been checked for dust prior to use. The shooter says that the entire event has left him absolutely gobsmacked.
UFO Planet.
We're in New York Mills, New York now. It's just a small village in Oneida County with a population of around 3,327 at the last census. An observer there recorded a blurry video of balls of light he says were dancing very close to the ground. There appears to be 2 groups of 2 lights each. However, at one point, one of the groups of 2 splits for a short time.
That's just weird.
I'm gonna go grab the telescope, but I'm scared.
I don't know of any
Going
plane.
back down.
Whoa. Hold on a minute. What the hell? Whoa.
What? It's
There's a plane.
yeah. That's not a plane.
Little information was provided with this story. In fact, only a single sentence was provided. Dancing lights on ground, super close up. The movement of these objects tends to mimic that of consumer drones, in our opinion. With the video being so blurry, it's going to be really difficult, not impossible, to determine exactly what these lights really are. Making it even more difficult is the lack of a proper description and event explanation. Remember, when submitting a photo or video, always provide investigators with the who, what, where, when, and why. It will sure make their jobs a lot easier.
UFO Planet.
This story we call the Cop UFO Adventure. Why? Well, because it's about a donut-shaped UFO in Brooklyn, New York. What else would you call it? Dude was walking his dog at 7 a.m. when the brightness of the moon captured his attention. He glanced up and noticed a flat, black, disc-shaped donut appear from over the neighbor's home across the street, and so he immediately took out his cell phone and recorded footage.
Got you. I don't know what it is. It's flying though. No sound.
The observer was taken back by this experience and did some follow-up research. He was able to confirm that there were no other similar sightings in his area or any other area that he could find. He also researched drones with similar shapes, also without success. The observer said, "I can't say for sure what it is, but it's definitely unidentifiable." He is hoping that the public will have some answers.
UFO Planet.
Mother Nature plays a starring role in this UFO story, captured on a nature cam in Hahira, Georgia on August 31st. The owner of the footage says his wildlife webcam is stationary to a pine tree approximately 4 foot off the ground. He says when he downloaded the footage from the camera, he saw, and I quote, 6 objects appearing bright in a straight line formation, moving through the woods at night toward our webcam and passing by. He wondered if maybe it was possibly some kind of a night bird. The observer says that he also noticed that the deer seems to appear nervous once the object passes by. The object emerges from an area that the observer says is a thick, brushy woods. We also saw an object nearly identical to this from Hawaii a few weeks back. The Hawaii version of the UFO was spotted in a driveway. Maybe there's a scientist watching who can explain both of these sightings to all of us.
UFO Planet.
Brooklyn, New York was my favorite video today because it was a donut, and UFO Planet News Report is owned by the Canada Police Report News and Entertainment Network. You can find us at canadapolicereport.ca/UFO Planet. We would love to see you there. And thanks everyone for tuning in today. I sincerely appreciate it, and I will see you all in the comments section. I'm Darin Crapo. See you next time.